There is nothing united in many states of America. They are, in fact, deeply divided states in crisis.
More than 350. That's the estimated number of cities in which protests have taken place in America in the last 24 hours.
Across the nation, thousands of Americans are taking to the streets to voice their anguish over the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis.
My brother George Floyd is one of the many black men and women that have been murdered by police in recent years.
I watched a white officer assassinate a black man. He casually put his knee on a human being's neck for 9 minutes as he died like a zebra in the clutch of a lion's jaw.
We deserve justice, not just for what happened to Mr. Floyd in Minneapolis, but what's happening to black men and women all across this country.
We were doing this in the 60s. We are still fighting the same problems that our parents were fighting in the 60s. And if we really did our job the right way, these kids wouldn't have to be out here in these streets.
Because we got a strategy for a real revolution. We got a constitution. But we replace this system once we bring it down and turn it into rubble. The Constitution developed by proclamation.
The protests turned violent near Pan Pacific Park in the Fairfax district. There were intense clashes between protesters and police. One man rushed the officers as several of them used their batons on him and the crowd, forcing them back. Police then moved in with rubber bullets, sending some protesters running as others threw things at the cruisers, including rocks, bricks, and metal pipes.
something. When you talk about a revolution, most people think violence, without realizing that the real content of any kind of revolutionary thrust lies in the principles and the goals that you're striving for, not in the way you reach them. On the other hand, because of the way this society is organized, because of the violence that exists on the surface everywhere, you have to expect that there are going to be such explosions. You have to expect things like that as reactions.
And I contend that the cry of black power is at bottom a reaction to the reluctance of white power to make the kind of changes necessary to make justice a reality for the Negro.
I think America must see that riots do not develop out of thin air. Certain conditions continue to exist in our society.
I think we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear that the economic plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last few years.
We don't want to see targets burned. We want to see the system that sets up for systemic racism burnt to the ground. But we have to be better than this moment. We have to be better than burning down our own homes.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, and we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up 1,000 times again. Oh, and I'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you. For you.